If you're still sleepwalking through this market, you're going to regret it. And I'm not talking about the typical you should have bought earlier nonsense. I'm talking about the cold reality that most people had every chance to prepare, every chance to understand what was happening, and still wasted years waiting for someone else to tell them what to do. That's exactly why videos like this become I told you so moments. Not because someone predicted the future, but because the signs were sitting right in front of everyone who bothered to pay attention. Let's rewind this whole thing for a second, because people truly have no idea how absurdly early they actually are. XRP being under 1 cent feels like ancient history to newcomers, but that wasn't mythical or hard to access. It was just ignored. And back then, anyone who bothered to dig deeper could see Ripple in headlines constantly, could see partnerships forming, could see central banks testing the tech. Not rumors, not hopium, actual testing by the Federal Reserve, the same people who literally print the US dollar. That alone should have told you the direction things were heading. But instead of using basic logic, the space got clogged up with ego-driven tribalism. Bitcoin maximalists did everything in their power to trash XRP. People who didn't understand anything about enterprise adoption screamed on social media like children simply because XRP had traction. And then we watched the next chapter unfold. Gary Gensler and the SEC going after Ripple in the most bizarre, targeted way possible. You don't have to be a genius to understand why a token positioned to integrate into global financial infrastructure might suddenly become a threat to entrenched interests. Despite that, the outcome was always obvious. Ripple, the company, was going to survive, XRP, the asset, was going to survive, and eventually the rest of the market would have no choice but to accept that neither of them were going anywhere. The lawsuit delayed the appreciation. It didn't kill the asset. It simply slowed down something that was inevitable. And now look where we are today. The U.S. has officially signaled the assets that will form the backbone of the country's crypto reserve: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana,